Well, we've compared our fashion scene to others experiencing surges. I mean, you think about food, you think about music, and even film in Omaha.
Fashion Institute Midwest works with regional designers to help them find inspiration and even boost their business IQ. Anything that goes into developing the whole designer.
Yeah, and we've got a team here, okay? So we got Judy Davis. Judy Davis is on the board, and Denise Irvin is a designer instructor right there in the middle, and then Frank Fu, a student.
That's right.
Thanks for
Frank,
stopping
good
in
to
this
see you,
morning.
Denise, Judy. Good to see you.
Good to see all of you. No, we've been
us.
talking about fashion and the whole scene over the last couple of weeks. You know, Omaha Fashion Week just wrapped up. But Judy, Mary touched on this a little bit, and I want to figure out and have you explain how you work with designers to help them grow.
Well, thank you so much. So we are from the Fashion Institute Midwest. You'll often hear us refer to ourselves as FIM. That's the acronym that we often use. We are a nonprofit, and the work that we do is, as a nonprofit, is we nurture aspiring Midwest designers, and also then ultimately we're supporting the fashion ecosystem in the Midwest.
And I love thinking about it that way because we all remember biology class. So we can all think about these parts and how they work together. There are 4 pillars, Judy, within your organization. What are they?
That is how we decide how we're going to support our organization, so, and the designers that come into it. So the first pillar we think about is creative inspiration. And so when our designers submit a grant or they ask for help, it'll have to fall into one of those 4 pillars. Creative inspiration is one of those. Skill development is another one of those. That's very easy. Resource development, and then business incubation.
So important.
The business aspect of it
Yes.
is huge.
Yes.
And the Fashion Impact Awards coming up, right? And so how does that, I guess it's a fundraiser essentially, but then there's also a number of accolades that go out to everybody in the ecosystem. Explain what the night means to you guys.
Oh, well, it's going to be amazing. First, I'd like to have a shout out to our honorary chairs, Robert and Diana Foster, who have seen to every last detail of this event. But the event does recognize folks that have made an impact in the fashion of art design. And so this particular year, we are focusing on 4 of those individuals and organizations. I'd love to share just a little bit about them if we have time.
Maybe we'll come back to it because I want to get them. Well, I would just say this: Ultra Chic Boutique is one of those you'll recognize, and that's an event that we talk about a lot with Lisa here on the show, and what they're doing with the Lydia House, raising tens of thousands of dollars over the year. So you get the idea. Some people do with fashion, well, it's just fun and frivolous. Hardly. This is sort of one of those examples where it means a whole lot more.
And it means a lot to us because it is the FIG Award for this year.
That's right.
Yeah, the Fashion Institute Midwest. What type of support, I don't know, Denise and Frank, I'll talk to you specifically, what type of support has it given you?
FIM has given me just a place to be in the fashion world in Omaha again. I kind of was gone for a while, and it's been very helpful for me to get back involved. And I've been doing a lot of training because there's a lot of raw talent here in Omaha, and I've been able to share my knowledge of what I know about fashion and the technical aspects of it with the students that are in town that are just wanting to learn.
And
Well,
the
students,
passion.
yeah, the passion.
Yeah, and
Students
the
like
passion.
Frank, right?
Yeah, it's given me a ton of help from workshops and mentoring, especially with Denise. It's definitely helped me enhance my creative goals.
What have you learned? Give us an example. Because I remember at the awards last year, Judy, we were talking about like this trip to learn about fabrics, going to Chicago and like opening your mind up a little bit more than what we had in Omaha.
So both Denise and Frank were there.
We're on that trip. So what did you learn? Let's use that as an example.
A ton, because it was like about fabrics and stuff. I definitely learned about how, because I was a new designer, I didn't know how to design clothes or how to design anything. I only just started. So this trip really enhanced my knowledge of learning about different types of fabrics, how to pick them, how to design with that. And it was just really, really great. And Denise really helped with that.
Denise, give us a forecast on what some of this means. You take these trips, you're working with these students. When you look a few years or several years down the road, what could that impact look like?
Well, I think it gives a lot of designers in Omaha just a little leg up to even decide if that's the career they want to pursue, and how that they're going to be able to maybe go to school and study that. But one thing I wanted to say about FIM that I really like and have gotten a lot of value out of is the fact that it's bringing the community of designers all together in Omaha. And everybody has the same issues, the same things they want to talk about, and it's so great to be able to get all of us together and really talk about you know, how we're doing with our businesses and things, and I think it's really going to help the design community in Omaha
I think it's really important because I imagine that designers have a few more challenges in the Midwest than they do, let's say, in New York or LA. Do you see fewer challenges throughout this new ecosystem of fashion?
I think that it's helping with the challenges. Obviously, our fabric situation in Omaha is not great.
We just had another store close. I know. Listen, you guys,
big store.
I saw.
And so this trip to Chicago was beneficial for me as well because I end up doing all my ordering online, which is a huge obstacle.
And when you can't feel the fabric, you can't see the text. Listen, you're speaking my language. Thursday, September 8th, Fashion Impact Awards. Do you have to be an industry insider type, Judy, to come?
Absolutely not. So this is open to all, and I think this is a great opportunity to learn more about this organization. So this is open to all. Go to your computers and
get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
FashionInstituteMidwest.org. And it's also cool because some of the works are modeled that night and on display. So if you're trying to get your fashion fix after Omaha Fashion Week, this is the time to do it. Come it up. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
It's great to have you.
And good luck in the ecosystem. It's that ecosystem we're talking about.
So much.
Yeah, dinner.